Hello, everyone. Good morning, good day, good evening. I'm Robert Jacoby, Director of WordPress at Cloudways, and we are thrilled to present today how to create an educational course website in WordPress. Our guest for today is the founder and CEO of Lifter LMS, Chris Badgett. Welcome aboard.
Robert, thanks for having me here today. I'm really excited to get into two of my favorite topics, WordPress and online education. So thanks for having me.
I mean, are there any other topics? Really? I mean, this is what makes all this fun and exciting for us. So yeah, I'm gonna let you run with it. Please feel free to introduce yourself a little bit more to the audience, and I'm personally excited to learn about how to make something that's actually useful for people.
Awesome. Well, let me share my screen, and if I can get just confirmation that it's up. Do you see the Lifter website? It should be coming up in a second. Let's see. Are we live? Looks like we are. All right. So Lifter LMS, if you're kind of new to the e-learning industry, we have a lot of TLAs, which are three-letter acronyms. So LMS stands for Learning Management System. And the way I like to present Lifter LMS is that it is a way to create courses and memberships from your WordPress website for really any kind of online learning application, whether it's like an expert business, like courses for that people sell to make money, coaching programs, online communities around some kind of subject matter expertise. It's also used in online schools at various levels and various types of online schools. And it's also used inside companies or businesses for employee or customer or even public training. So that's what Lifter LMS is. It's a learning management system for WordPress, and it does a lot. It's very powerful, similar to WooCommerce, where you take the whole shopping experience and put it on a website. Lifter LMS is taking the whole education experience and putting it on a website. So it's a platform level plugin. So I'm Chris Badgett, the CEO and co-founder of Lifter LMS. Here's most of my awesome team over at Lifter LMS. It's about 8 years old now, the project. Before that, I was a WordPress professional myself as a freelancer, built up an agency specializing in membership sites and course sites. At that time, a solid solution did not exist for online learning for membership sites that really combined all the LMS stuff, all the e-commerce stuff, all the membership stuff, all the gamification engagement type stuff. So we built that solution, Lifter LMS, and launched it to the world in 2014, with some of our agency clients being the very first customers of Lifter LMS. This is on our website if you want to check it out. It kind of walks through the story of Lifter. My co-founder, his name is Thomas. He's the lead engineer and developer behind Lifter LMS. We're an amazing partnership. We have completely different jobs that we do at Lifter. We kind of shape and craft the vision of the product together. But I'm very grateful to Thomas and the whole Lifter LMS team. It really does take a solid team effort to build something of this kind of level of being able to do so much from a WordPress website. So today I'm here to talk to you about how to launch Lifter LMS the easy way and the fast way with Cloudways. So Lifter LMS on Cloudways, this bundle package that we've created together as two different companies is awesome. And what I love about Cloudways is the focus on really putting the customer first. And essentially what this bundle package does is it removes all the friction that people experience when they first want to try Lifter, try hosting. There's all this decision fatigue. I see people when they like in our pre-sales process, when people are asking questions, can I do this? Can I do that? Does it work with this? Does it work with that? What hosting do you recommend? And all this stuff, people have an incredible amount of like what I call research fatigue. And by the time they finally select what they want to use, um, then they go on the next hurdle of trying to set everything up. And whether they're new to WordPress or a WordPress professional, there's actually a lot of steps that go from, buying the software, which essentially is a bunch of zip files, and buying a hosting account with a blank WordPress install. There's a lot to get set up. So what we're going to be looking at today is how to launch Lifter LMS on Cloudways, and we're actually going to go through the process of what it looks like, how to build your educational course website, and actually, just how to leverage this innovation of Lifter LMS and Cloudways the easy way. I'd also like to note that Cloudways really stepped up as a leader in the WordPress hosting space by offering a free trial of this experience, which is essentially an already set up hosting account, WordPress site with Lifter LMS, all our add-ons, all 23 of them, or however many it is, that create our top package, which has everything we offer. It's all ready to go. Somebody can drop right in, try it out for 3 days for free. If they like it, they can just decide to keep it, head on over to Lifter LMS and pick up their license to move forward with Lifter LMS. And it's on the screen here, but I'll just mention it. The coupon code Cloudways on the Lifter LMS website will give you 15% off of that. But that's essentially what this innovation is. I'm a big fan of show, don't just tell. So let's actually walk into it. For those that are more tactile in your learning style and really want to kind of look under the hood and see what's going on here, I'm going to show you how to do a bunch of cool things in Lifter LMS. So before I dive into that, Lifter LMS has customers in, I think it's somewhere around 180 countries. It's almost all the countries. We're missing a few, and we've highlighted some of the stories from the Lifter LMS community here on our site. Like I mentioned earlier, some of these people are experts, subject matter expertise, people that are building businesses around their expertise. One of my favorite ones to tell is Ziv Raviv here. I actually just interviewed him yesterday, again, 2 years later from the last time I interviewed him. In 2021, he actually made $377,000 teaching people how to tie animal balloons. And this is like a kid entertainer niche. It's a very small market. He said there's only 5,000 people in the world that are in this niche, yet he's built this incredible business around that. So he's like an expert. We have other folks on here who are doing Lifter LMS to train their team members, to train their market, to train their prospects, like where the online learning isn't really the main event. Like Adrian Toby here from Groundhog, he uses Lifter LMS to educate his prospects and his customers, and he built like a partner program, certified partner program for his software company, which is a CRM for WordPress, using Lifter. And then there's other educational platforms, universities and schools, and like Nick here Neil, who teaches people how to basically there's a niche within education called adult learning. It used to be called getting your GED, but he's helping these programs, these adult learning programs, go virtual and go online. So there's lots of different ways to use it in the different use cases. And I'm just going to pull up a site here to really illustrate the point. If we go to the old way, which is how, try that again. The old way of getting a WordPress site started this is what it looks like, which is fine. This is a blank WordPress install. There's not much here, but this is the starting point we're all used to if you have ever built a WordPress website from scratch. So this is the old way, this is the slow way, and then this is the fast way, which is through the oops, I keep not copying that right. Let me get that. Through the Lifter LMS Cloudways bundle, get set up in one click. So what you do when you click on this is it basically drops into a sign up flow. I actually just went through it, so I'm already signed up. I'm logged in. It literally takes seconds to sign up, and then there's a couple minutes while the system actually builds your site. And then you're ready to just jump right in. And when you jump right in, let me get the right one up. So we have this starter site ready for you to go, which already has Lifter LMS and all the software installed on here. So let me actually log into the site. All right, so if you look in the back of the site here, you'll see, if you're familiar with WordPress, like this is all the Lifter LMS stuff. It's already installed. It's ready to go. Some of the classic plugins that Cloudways uses. And what's so cool about this, if we look at the courses, there's 4 courses here. This is a course that actually teaches you how to use Lifter LMS. It's called the Lifter LMS Quick Start course. And it literally walks you through kind of the 5% of the tool, what it can do, where you get 80% of the value. So all the, like, how do I get started? Where are the main things? That Quick Start course is here for you, ready to go. This is a template that you can modify for you or for your client. One of the challenges that a lot of course creators have, especially in the expert niche, is actually getting leads, like getting customers. So just like we use our Quick Start course, which is on the Lifter LMS site, has over 20,000 people who've enrolled in that course, free course and many of those people later became customers. Everything that we've learned about using free courses to generate leads. We've got a template ready to go. And even this video content that's inside here teaches you how to actually structure the lessons so that you maximize your leads, your email list growth, and that kind of thing. We've also got a what I call like a signature course template, which we're going to step through in a minute. But this is basically there's a large part of the market where people create kind of what's known as a signature course. It's like it's kind of like writing a book, but it's like, this is my main course. They're usually fairly expensive and they include a lot of support and things like that. We've also got that all templated out for you. So with proven instructional design framework for teaching. So if you don't have no background in teaching and you're an expert in something, there's a lot of solid ideas of how to structure a signature course so that it can work for you. So that template's here. We're going to look at this page in more detail in a moment. But if we go back into the back here, I just want to show you the Lifter LMS area is here. We don't have any students in here yet, but all the reporting and the progress tracking, all the e-commerce data, all that stuff is in here, ready to go, so that you can basically have a full-blown learning management system. What makes a learning management system different from a membership site? A lot of people start with this idea that, oh, I need a membership plugin, or I want to have a membership site. And then only later do they realize, oh, what I actually needed was a learning management system. The cool thing about Lifter LMS is it's a membership system. That's just one feature within the learning management system. So you don't need a membership plugin. You just need Lifter LMS. It has all that functionality built in. You've got your courses here. You can create a course. We'll look at that in a little bit. Also on the site, when you set this up, hold on that. Also, we've got the student dashboard. So just going to put that up on here on the menu. So appearance, menus. And a little pro tip for you, always make sure this Lifter LMS box is checked up there. It's going to give you a lot more options over here. I'm just adding that to the menu. Oh, looks like it's already on there. We're using a different menu. So we'll make the one we have primary. That's what was going on there. And if we look at the front of the site, there's our updated menu here. You can see the student dashboard is here. So each user has their own experience of the website, their courses, where they left off, and so on. So it's all ready to go. Building all this out from scratch, while you can do it, starting with this site and then making it your own. You can even start editing these courses and just swapping out our words for yours, or just use them as a model, make your own courses or your clients' courses, and then go from there. But there's really 5 focuses I want to look at today in this presentation. One of those is sales page design, which is where we're going to start. We're also going to look at how to work with sidebars in a learning management system. So a big part of an LMS or courses is progress tracking, people being able to navigate around, know what they've already completed and all that stuff. So we're going to look at how sidebars work and how to think about those in a learning management system. We're also going to look at multimedia content. So there's many different types of content that you can put inside of a lesson, and it's really just up to your imagination. So my goal here is to inspire you with all the different types of media and content you can use. And we're also going to look at gamification, how to make a learning site fun. The Lifter LMS gamification engine includes things like achievement badges, certificates, personalized emails, text messaging. These things are triggered based on behavior in the LMS. We're going to look at that. And then we're going to look at the whole e-commerce and membership components. So, and if anybody has any questions as I go, feel free to load those in and just ask away. I'm happy to take questions as I go or at the end. But I want to start with just the sales page design. This is something that you can actually use, like I said, and just replace the stuff or just use the main concept. So I'm just going to walk through this quickly with you. And also to note, like if you ever wanted to use this again, just real quick, I'm going to jump in the back here and show you that Lifter LMS in the courses, or actually it's in Lifter LMS here. There is a import functionality right here. So you can actually just suck in these templates into your site if you want to use one again. Like if you want to have a couple of courses that help you build your email list, or a couple signature programs, or if you deleted the Lifter LMS training course and want to get it back in your site for your own viewing and so on, it's there for you. So just a little pro tip for you there. In terms of sales page design, I'm known somewhat as a marketer, as a salesperson, but my background is actually in cultural anthropology. So when I look at marketing and sales, I'm really just looking at sociology, human relationships, cultural artifacts, and just communication in general, but through the anthropological lens. If you count my time in the social sciences and later in life as an entrepreneur, as a marketer, I've got almost, I would say, like 25 years in that field. So what I'm about to show you here is some of the best thinking around sales as it applies to sales and marketing as it applies to a landing page, particularly for selling a course or membership site. So I'm just adding value to you today, and just hope you learned something today. I'd love to hear in the chat or drop a comment if what resonates with you. So when you're creating a landing page for a course, we have a link up here. This is just shows you how to use this if you want some help. But any kind of landing page has a what's known as a hook, and then a promise, and then a call to action, and then some kind of supporting video or image. And I'm not going to go into the nuances of like how to create a hook. I'm just going to go over the structure of this so that you can do better marketing for yourself, for your clients, especially if you're going to be building a landing page or a sales page for a course or a membership site or some kind of brand academy or anything like that. You know, we've got the trust seals. We've got this area here, which I call the transformation block, where essentially people don't buy courses and memberships. They actually want to, you know, some kind of result to happen. There's like a before and after. The course, the membership is just a mechanism. So if you know, the obvious example here is like a weight loss or fitness transformation course, but it's true in everything, not just health and fitness. We've got our social proof from past students. One of the things when you're creating a course or a membership site is to come up with what makes you different. The mind likes to think in threes. So if you had a Venn diagram or like 3 pillars, I call it, of what makes your training different or special or your secret sauce, that's what this area is for. People want to know what's inside the box. Like, what do I get, especially in the digital world? What am I getting if I buy this course or this membership? You know, the classic thing is to have the content, like the obvious lesson content, videos and whatnot, but also some kind of support, group coaching, private coaching, perhaps an online community. All these things are possible to deliver straight from your WordPress site using Lifter LMS. Of course, we've got the course curriculum. This is laid out with like a proven module framework that you can use, not just to kind of pass content across to the learner, but to actually help them achieve milestones on the journey of their transformation towards the result that you promised in the marketing. And then oftentimes we tend to attract kind of clusters of people. So it's important to know who you have an ideal customer, but you also have these like segments of people that emerge. So for example, I mentioned to you that, you know, some people use Lifter LMS as experts. Some people use it for their business. Some people use it in a more school-like context. So those are 3 segments as an example. We also serve do-it-yourself people and WordPress professionals and agencies. So there's another example of different segments. People want to know who they're learning from. So it's important to have some information about you or the instructors who is behind all this. One of the big mistakes is to not put the humanity in a website. You know, people want to feel a human connection, even in the metaverse, if you will, with who are the people behind this project. And then we've got pricing. This is all kind of dynamically generated by Lifter LMS. One of the classic ways to think about a course, if you have a signature course, is it's $1,000. We've got a payment plan for $100 a month, has a little finance fee baked in that, and then there's like a private coaching upsell. So this is the conversion optimized one screen checkout for Lifter LMS. You can modify this, set up credit card payments and PayPal and all that stuff, and it's just a clean, fast checkout experience. It does also work with WooCommerce if you want to use WooCommerce for a variety of reasons, but Lifter has its own e-commerce system out of the box. These are what's called sales FAQs. Every sales page should have them. And then this area right here is about the opportunity cost of not taking action and not moving forward. It's not meant to make your prospective learner feel bad. It's just meant to help inspire them to take action and move forward and understand the risk of not taking action in investing in your program. And then, of course, you have your final call to action here and your guarantee and your risk reversal and your trust seals down here. So there's a lot of time looking at creating landing pages, selling many products and agency clients and stuff like that. Some of the best stuff around landing page design is in here and ready for you. You can, of course, keep it simple and just give a course, a title, a featured image, put a price on it. But if you really want to create a robust landing page, that's there for you. All right, the next thing I wanted to look at just briefly is sidebars. So WordPress is continuing to evolve in how we approach content and blocks and sidebars. But Lifter LMS comes with two sidebar widgets or widgets that you can use. There's also short codes for everything. So if you want to, put the progress bar somewhere else, you can do all that as well. But just to look at that briefly, if we go into the back and we go to appearance and widgets, you can see this widget area, the course sidebar. I'm actually not using it on this demo site, but courses can have an optional sidebar if you like. But on the lesson, on the lesson level, so for the lesson template, if you want to have sidebars, which I do recommend just for easy navigation and people kind of knowing where they're at, we've got these two widgets for you. So check those out. The next thing I wanted to look at with you is this concept of multimedia content. It was actually one of my customers that told me, or he just made the comment, did you know that you don't just have a LMS, you have a LCMS? So that stands for Learning Content Management System, which is true. In the old way, people would use separate content creation course content creation tools. They were called e-learning authoring tools to make courses, and then they go look for an LMS to stick them in. But the beauty of WordPress and Lifter LMS kind of building off of each other is WordPress is really good at content. So, and then Lifter just builds more on top of that. So you can take quizzes. I don't know, something's up with that one, but we'll create a new one and look at that. We've got assignments that you can add. Let me just jump to the content part. So video, a lot of people do. We actually have an advanced video add-on, which is installed on this Cloudways bundle site that allows you to do a lot of fancy stuff with video. Like, for example, stop the video from playing if they leave and open another tab, require people to watch the whole video, have a Netflix-like auto-advancing experience as a video completes, and then it automatically marks a lesson complete and moves on to the next lesson. There's a lot you can do with video in Lifter LMS. You can work with audio, of course, text and images, work with PDFs if you want to. You can put PowerPoints in there. We need to, for this, there is a third-party embed PowerPoint plugin that you can get called Embed Any Document. So it's linked up there if you want to get that working. And then with the block builder and WordPress, there's so many different content types that you can add. So if we look at this and we go to edit this lesson, you can see we've dropped in a tab block and then we've filled it with a bunch of different stuff. But this is the beauty of WordPress. It's up to your imagination what you want to stick into the content. If you can put it on a website, you can put it in a lesson with WordPress. So there's that. Let's look at building a course, and we'll look at a quiz real quick, and then I'm going to show you a little bit around gamification, and then we'll wrap up with looking at e-commerce. So if I go into the back here, this is how easy it is to create a course. So I'm just going to courses. I'm going to click add new. And I'll just give it a title here. And we'll just publish that. Now you'd want to spend a little bit of time to make this look good. But then over here, we could give it a featured image. I'll just give it, oh, we got some in here. I'll just give it this one. And update that. And then if we launch the course builder here, this is where the magic really happens. This is one of the big innovations of Lifter, building on top of WordPress. This was designed before WordPress introduced the block editor. I'm sure we'll evolve to do more inside of that. But basically what you do is you create the outline similar to writing a book, all from this one screen. And I'm not going to create a whole course in front of you, but you can even basically build the outline, build your landing page, sell it, put it up for sale with a future start date if you're trying to validate a course as an example, before you go to the effort of making everything. You have so many different options. We'll look at that a little bit in the e-commerce section. But then from here, you can even add your videos all from here. You can go to individual lessons and edit them like we were doing earlier. But this is how, if you have your videos ready to go, uploaded to something like Vimeo Pro or Wistia or whatever, you can build a course extremely quickly. And just to give you a sense of what we're looking at here, let's go look at it. So you can see how I've just been building this course, and we just got to add content. So a lot of LMS work is really about structuring content and providing supporting resources for somebody who's on a learning journey. So if we go back to the course builder, adding a quiz is as simple as this. I'm not going to go super deep with this, but this is the powerful Lifter LMS quiz builder. For example, just adding a multiple choice question down here. So what color is the sky? Red, blue, pink. You could obviously argue that the sky could be red or pink even. But I'm basically just starting to put a quiz together here. And if we go to the front end of the website, oops, that was not the front end. You can see I've got a quiz coming in here. I'm starting the quiz. What color is the sky? Blue. Complete quiz. Cool. I got that right. You can see some of the notifications starting to pop in here. We have settings so you can do lots of different things with these and customize them. And I just did a simple multiple choice, but there's somewhere around 10 different question types, from picture choice, essay, upload, reorder items, picture choice, all kinds of different ways of creating fun interactive quizzes. So that's just a quick look at that. Now, in terms of gamification, over here we call it engagements. Let's see, do I have one in here? Let's see what this one is. So this is an example certificate that prints out. It's just kind of giving you a preview of what that is. Let me get back to, where was I? Hold on, too many tabs open, too many tabs. So we have our emails, certificates, achievement badges. Let's look at one of those. So this is like a pop-up that pops up on the screen. And essentially what you can do is you can craft personalized emails. This is like an email creator right here. This is a certificate creator area. And this is a achievement creation area, achievement badge, the pop-ups. And then what you do is you create a triggering event that causes that thing to happen. So when somebody becomes a user, purchases a course, completes a lesson, passes or fails a quiz, completes a section, joins a membership, and so on, you can totally gamify the experience so that, let's say at the end of the course, they get a certificate. Some of the people that make the most money that I see in Lifter LMS world are providing continuing education certification programs where people have to re-up on their license, whether that's in healthcare or law or whatever, every year. So the continuing ed market is massive. Some people do certifications that are more just fun and to help people, master a certain subject matter like marketing, and then they get the certification. It helps them get a job and so on. There's all kinds of different ways to gamify at the course level or down in individual like lessons or parts of a course where certain things happen. So that's gamification. And then just to look at the e-commerce membership system real quick. If we go to our signature program here, you see we've got the pricing stuff here, and people can buy. So if I were to edit this course, you can see we have a lot of content in here. This is, you can actually do a separate sales page or landing page if you want. This little feature right here, if you build custom landing pages, or you can use the Lifter LMS course page. But down here, this is the access plan area, we call it. So this is where Lifter has all the functionality that you would need for any kind of e-commerce or membership site. Here we're being a little complex. We have 3 plan options. We have like a one-time payment of $1,000 for lifetime access. This one right here is a payment plan for 12 months, $100 for 12 months. And this is our upsell down here for $10,000 one-time payment, which included the private coaching. There's really no business model you could come up with or pricing model that's not possible with Lifter LMS. And, it's super simple. All you have to do in the back is in the checkout settings, I think we need to activate our Stripe add-on as an example. So Lifter LMS Stripe, we activate that. And then in the settings, check out. You can see Stripe is here. So we can just turn that on, enable it. I'm going to put it in test mode, but all you have to do, for example, Stripe is free to set up. You just connect it to your bank account. They take a little less than 3% of the transaction for providing the service. And now you just copy and paste your keys from your Stripe account in here. And now you have a fully fleshed out e-commerce, the ability to take credit cards on your website. So it works with PayPal as well. A lot of people use Stripe for credit card transactions, or both, just to give the user both options. You can see here, now we can take a credit card. It's in test mode. So they've just got a fake credit card number if you want to test the experience. But that is a view of e-commerce. In terms of memberships, what a lot of people do, you can have multiple memberships, but the classic model that a lot of people do is that they will have a lot of courses on the site, or several, and maybe they want to protect other parts of the website so that only members can see it. So if you want to protect access to things and sell access to things outside of courses, that's another great use of memberships, which is it's just another layer you can add. If you can keep it simple and just have one course on your site and it's free and that's it, or maybe it's paid, or you could do a super complex multi-instructor online school or a membership site as well. So, or you could use a membership to lock down the whole site as an internal employee training portal. So that is a lightning tour. I know I've covered a lot here today, and I'm kind of jumping around to various different aspects of the tool. Lifter LMS has a learning curve. So I definitely recommend that if you take this quick start course, which has less than 2 hours of content, and learn the basics, and then create a course and give yourself a little bit of time to learn it, you're going to be off to the races for yourself or for clients. At Lifter LMS, we also help, if you're watching this and you're a freelancer and an agency owner and you're looking for clients, we have this whole experts program. It's a free service we provide. We're not monetizing it. We just get asked all the time, hey, do you know anybody that can actually build a site for me? So if you're a WordPress professional, get a little bit of experience with Lifter LMS, and then we'd be glad to add you to our experts program. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, we're known for having some of the best support that I've ever seen. We do things like live video calls with screen sharing. All our customers get access to that in something we call liftoff sessions. We also, on our higher end bundle, there's a weekly live call we run. Some people have been coming to for years. Some people just drop in when they're just getting started and need some help. Excuse me. And then, and then also, of course, we have all the regular, high quality support. We've got our Facebook group and, email support, live chat on our website, all those things. So support is a big deal at Lifter LMS. And then that's really the high level. I just wanted to show you with going with Cloudways and their starter, the bundle with Lifter LMS. You really short circuit all the friction in the beginning. And I think one of the coolest things offered here is the ability to trial this out without spending money at Cloudways, without spending money at Lifter LMS. It's all ready to go. So you can take all that for a test drive. And if you decide to keep it, you just keep it. You just pay and keep it, but you get to try it for free. That's the beauty of Lifter LMS and Cloudways together. It just removes all the friction there for people that want to get started or want to kind of test the experience of the hosting and the learning management system before they buy. So my hat's off to the Cloudways team and for putting this together. I want to thank you for checking out this presentation. We do have a coupon code, Cloudways, which will save you 15% on Lifter LMS.
20%.
Or 20. Thank you.
Even better.
Yeah, thank you, Robert. And thank you everybody for watching, whoever's watching this. I know, like, working through a site live and talking through it, I'm doing multiple things at once, but I wanted to just show, not just tell, what it's all about. And thanks for the opportunity and your attention today. I really appreciate it.
That's great. And we do have questions from the audience. I do want to just do a quick comment, because really the thing that was kind of cruising through my head listening to you is when you said the LCMS, because you really are bolting on a huge amount of functionality into something that most of us, especially on this webinar, are pretty comfortable utilizing. And everything from new types of templates, new kinds of permissions, and blocks, just like
the challenge is almost the unlimited creative potential here. So there's so much you can do. It's that's the beauty of WordPress.
Oh, there's all sorts of coupons. There's 15%, 20%. I don't know. Just try it out. You still get the 3 days free. Let's see. I think we have a couple of questions we want to pop in right away.
Yeah.
Here it is. So yes. Okay, I might have missed it. Can I edit the template so it suits our website design?
Yeah. So the way I look at it, Lifter LMS is a plugin which primarily brings functionality. It works with any theme. And yeah, you can edit the if you want to add custom CSS or whatever, but Lifter LMS will naturally inherit a lot of the global styles that your website already has. But if you want to take further, yeah, absolutely can. And also a learning platform, there's so many different ways, stuff that people want to do with it, and so many different design aesthetics. You can make it look however you want, and we've built it from day one to make sure that everything is extendable, if you're more techie, with hooks and filters, and make it easy for you to hook into our CSS and do whatever you need to do.
Are there certain themes or builders? Oh, you're gonna have to wait 1 second, Salon. I want to follow up on that. Are there certain themes or builders that kind of like you said, pull more from on the Lifter side, pull more from them?
Yeah. So in the Cloudways Lifter LMS bundle, we're actually using a theme called Cadence, which has a lot of Lifter specific features and design settings and stuff built in, which is great. Astra is also really popular, and they have a bunch of Lifter LMS settings in it. Those are in our community. Those are the two most popular of themes that have given specific attention to Lifter LMS. But we also, we see it used with pretty much every WordPress theme I've ever heard of. So but if you want to jump in with Astra or Cadence, those have kind of the most easy to use, with lots of settings where you don't have to be technical to change a bunch of things.
Awesome. Now let's get to Salon's question. How does this was going to be my same one as well, so thank you very much for the question. How does Lifter stack up against some of the other LMSs in the WordPress space? I mean, there's Sensei, there's LearnDash. I'm sure I'm missing one or two more off the top of my head. What from your obviously biased perspective, what are the pros and cons?
Yeah. Well, and to be fair, like, outside of I see our biggest competition is actually like a Teachable or a Thinkific or a Kajabi. These are hosted LMS systems. And WordPress, of course, is amazing for all the customizability, the platform ownership, the ecosystem. That's why you're here on this call. You're a WordPress person. So we know that. But once you drop into WordPress, there's a couple things. One, with Lifter LMS, our strategy from the beginning was always to build around the customer. Like I mentioned, our first customers were actually our agency clients. We were building custom learning management systems from scratch, charging over sometimes $100,000 to build these custom sites. And we were like, this is ridiculous. Let's build a product. So from the beginning, Lifter has always been built around the needs of the customer. We actually focus, like the way we do product and road mapping, it's really focused on the customer, our ideal customers, not the competition. So that's one thing. Um, I honestly haven't looked super deep at all the other options out there, but I will tell you what I hear in our community because people are having this conversation everywhere. So we have a Facebook group with like 8,000 people in it, and I'm involved in other Facebook groups. I see what people say. And Sensei, LearnDash, Tutor LMS, LearnPress. These are the main ones in WordPress. There's probably a few more that I'm missing. WP Courseware is another one. People do rave about our support. It's one of the reasons why I was glad to partner with Cloudways, because I hear people rave about your Cloudways support. Support is a big deal with software, whether
Oh, yeah.
you're a do-it-yourselfer or you're an agency and you want to look good for your clients and make sure you get help when you need it. So that's a big one. The other one that we hear a lot is that Lifter is the most customizable. So with great power comes great responsibility. There's a lot of options. There's a lot you can do. We have the most advanced, if you're a developer, the most advanced REST API I've ever seen definitely in the e-learning niche in WordPress. So people are building mobile apps, integrating all kinds of other systems on top of it. So if you're highly technical, Lifter LMS, like I said in the about part of the presentation, my co-founder is an engineer. I'm a course creator myself. I've been in this niche. I've made money selling courses and stuff like that. So when we put us together, that's the personality of the company in terms of what we build. So I do hear people talk about, just from the developer perspective, Lifter is way more extendable, and there's so much more you can do with it. It's easier to extend. And what else makes it different? One of the things is really that membership focus. The reason we launched Lifter LMS is in WordPress, typically what happens with plugin creators, they tend to get really fractional. They'll take a slice of some pie and do like one thing really well. So back in 2010 and 11, when I was looking at the space, there were these membership plugins, and then there was this plugin that kind of helped, with some kind of progress thing, or there's this reporting plugin that says stuff about your users. So probably the biggest thing is, and what would happen is people would build these, what I call software Frankensteins, and they're just too many tools made by too many different companies trying to, not designed to work well together. So when you combine the LMS needs, the membership plugin needs, the e-commerce needs, and the gamification needs, and you put that all under one company, Lifter LMS, that's really the giant difference. And it's really just about being what I would call feature complete. That isn't to say you can't extend and do even more with other plugins and tools and blocks that you like to use, but for having a solution that's gets the job done out of the box, that's probably the biggest.
I mean, I think that's a great point. Just having everything ready so you can really kick off and, get training. I mean, oh, it's so funny. I could talk about all this with you for hours. My career started in what we called back in the day CBT, which is now learning management versus computer-based training. Just to follow up on part of Salon's question, what does it cost? How's the pricing at Lifter?
So we're big fans of obviously the WordPress community. So we wanted to contribute. So one of the biggest ways we contribute, similar to WooCommerce, Lifter LMS has a free core plugin that's very powerful by itself. So to answer that, there is a very useful free option that a lot of people just use that. From there, we have about 22 different add-ons that do one of two things. They either integrate other tools like Stripe, we mentioned, for the e-commerce, the credit card checkout experience as an example, or advanced features. So for example, we have an assignments add-on. There's a quiz system in the core plugin, but there's more question types and manual grading and stuff like that in the advanced quizzes add-on. We also have, if you want to create a Facebook-like experience on your site, we have a social learning add-on that does that. And we have a private coaching add-on. And there's more, but I'm just listing off some examples. So all those add-ons are available for purchase individually. But what most people do is they get one of two bundles. We have one's called the Universe Bundle, which costs $360. That has many of the things. And then we have the Infinity Bundle, which has everything we make, which is $1,200.
It's like Marvel Comics pricing. This has been great. I do want to keep this to our hour. I know there are questions about, yes, is this video available on the platform? It'll be available on our YouTube channel, and I'm sure if Chris wants to share it on his, no one's going to complain. And I think we have a giveaway from Chris and Lifter.
Yeah. Are you talking about the contest?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We do have a giveaway. So basically what that is, we'll link it up in the chat, but we're giving away 3 universe bundles, and then Cloudways is giving away some hosting credits. And if as you draw, there's going to be 3 winners. So we really encourage you to enter that giveaway. The link, I'll just mention it, is lifterlms.com/Cloudways-Lifter LMS. So lifterlms.com. Sorry, not /, that's -Lifter LMS. So I'll say it one more time.
I think we're going to try to drop that into the banner so we can make everyone's life easier. Oh, I guess not now, but it is in the comments. Let's see if we can repeat. So we got lifterlms.com/Cloudways. I think that'll solve most of those problems.
Yeah. Perfect.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I think I'm going to tell the production team here that we need to do a follow-up of just Q&A for a half hour some other time.
I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it.
Great.
Yeah.
We can go through more of the history and universe and infinity of learning management systems and what kind of roles they play in our lives. And frankly, I bet you a lot of folks here use them and don't even realize it. There was an interesting question, maybe we can just sneak it in before we get cut off, about using Lifter LMS as an event management system to some degree, since you are...
I've seen people run pay-per-view events. Like,
brilliant.
There was a CrossFit thing that got basically televised through Lifter LMS. It's amazing what you can do. I mean, learning is what makes us human. It literally permeates a lot of what we do. A lot of websites have some kind of learning objective. Like, it's everywhere.
That's fantastic. Chris, thank you so much. Besides at Lifter LMS, where else can we find you? Obviously, lifterlms.com.
That's
at Lifter
good.
LMS.
Yeah, we have a podcast for course creators and WordPress professionals called LMS Cast. So go check that out. There's over 300 and some episodes on there. That's another great place to connect.
Thank you so much. This was, great for me personally, and I hope for our audience. We've chatted before on your podcast, and that was a wonderful opportunity. And we'll have to expand on all the cool stuff that you can do with an LMS, especially, obviously, specifically Lifter LMS. Folks out in the audience, check out the bundle, and good learning to you all. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, everybody.